Blessings, everyone. It's me, Lori Ann Spagna, here with you today to bring up a very interesting topic area related to 2020 and repeating patterns, as well as the concept and the corresponding information related to cycles of repeating, or cycles of repetition. So what I'd love to share with you today is a little bit about 2020 from a numerology point of view and an astrological point of view, and how it relates to repeating patterns or cycles of repetition in our lives. So numerologically, 2020, as we know, correlates to 22, which is a master number, which means it's an opportunity for those of us who are ready to really up level and step into our mastery and really become our own version of ascended masters in all areas of life that are relevant for us. But more specifically, what I want to talk about with cycles of repeating, 22 is the number of perpetual repetition. 0 is fullness, wholeness, and richness. So when we put this together, we're talking about a year globally that affects the whole of humanity, where we will be repeating patterns, cycles of repetition. 2 is repetition, repetition. 2 is also relationship, related to our relationships to people, places, things, including money, the physical body, experiences, groups, organizations, external authority figures, for example. Repeating patterns designed to up-level us into our mastery so that ideally we can experience the fullness, the richness, and the totality and the wholeness and the union and reunion could also be a 0 number of who we are and who we're meant to be. Now, how this will play out for humanity is largely linked to what's going on in our experience personally, what we see and perceive, and how we evaluate that experience and interact with it through our perspectives. In other words, we are going to be repeating stuff that we thought we were done with if we're not done with it. And we will have the opportunity to complete things that we thought we were done with that maybe we haven't been done with. That means things in our experience will show up in order for us to complete in a masterful way, to resolve so that we can come into oneness. If we don't repeat them, they will be more cycles of repetition. Now, ultimately, it's all designed to help us to resolve these things so that we can ideally experience the golden age that we're all promising to ourselves. That is the gift of ascension, really, as we level up. But the thing that's really happening is we're just repeating stuff that we're unresolved on. And these things that we're repeating, whether they're, you could call it a virus, it's like the virus of experience, like if you're unresolved on virus-related issues or issues with giving your power away to external authorities like corporations, this stuff will show up because it's unresolved, because ultimately we're designed to reclaim our power. So a lot of people think that in the mainstream, people tend to think, and even in awakening community, that reclaiming our power has something to do with saying, hey, this is what I need, or this is what I want, or I won't be controlled or manipulated by you, or I claim my power, or whatever it is. But in reality, what it is becoming vibrationally and energetically attuned with your divinity, with the divinity that is within you, within each of us, and becoming attuned with the fullness and richness, the 0 point. That is 2020. Now, if we don't know what that is or how to do that, we could easily sort of feel like, or maybe not even realize, that we're missing the boat in a sense, because it's such a rare opportunity. 2020 is an opportunity to up level into our mastery by becoming attuned with the fullness and the richness of the frequency of the divine, that's 0, And the way we're going to get there basically is by reviewing every pattern that we've ever experienced in any existence, in any time-space continuum where we were fractalized, which is to say, where we gave or lost our power. We either gave our power away to the experience, the situation, the circumstance, the relationship, the person, the thing, the group, the organization, and we fractalized. We became a fractalized being in a sense because we left some aspect of ourselves in some other time-space continuum, thereby reducing the frequency of our true essence vibration. And through the fractalization, the separation, we perceived ourselves to be less than we are. So essentially, 2020 is the opportunity to not only reclaim our mastery, but to recall our personal and spiritual and energetic power. This is why I'm hosting an upcoming online webinar, which I've been speaking about over the newsletters in the last few weeks, entitled Reclaiming Our True Divine Power. I would love for you to join us, by the way. You can access it at the website at LoriSpagna.com under the Live Events tab. If you scroll down, you'll see group healing and training events. It's a 2-week online webinar designed to assist us, those of us who really, truly do desire to up-level our awareness and to step into greater potentials of fulfillment, to align with our core frequencies, in part by reclaiming our true divine power. Now, let me say something about this astrologically. Right now on planet Earth, during this point in linear time, we have 5 planets. Well, one is an asteroid, not actually a planet. And these are heavy hitter planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, and the asteroid is the south node. What am I missing? Now I'm a little bit in an altered state. All in Capricorn. What's the 5th one? Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto in Capricorn, and the south node. Maybe it's 4. Maybe I'm not missing one. I feel like I am. But in any case, the point is that all the direction of these major heavy hitter, slow-moving planets are in in Capricorn. And Capricorn, Mars is in Capricorn right now. Sorry, that's a little less slow-moving, Mars. But Mars is known as the masculine energy, the doer energy, the force. Sometimes it's associated with aggression. Sometimes it's associated with the war, the fighting energy. But it is activity and action. It is action and reaction. These are all going on in Capricorn. Jupiter is expansion, up-leveling consciousness, gifts of awareness. It expands and wants to up-level. Pluto is all about transformation. And Saturn often is referred to as karma, sometimes referred to as hard work. Sometimes it's referred to as structure, giving support to do the things that may be a little more challenging or difficult for us. It's often referred to as a teacher of tough lessons, regardless of how it's interpreted. The point here, and the south node in Capricorn is referred to as what we're often meant to let go of, but it's also like a basket for what we're meant to hold on. Think of it sort of like the lower digestive system or the excretion system. When we excrete, we hold on to the nutrients that we need and we release that which no longer serves us. It's a great example of the south node in Capricorn. And Capricorn is known as the sign that's associated very often with systems, structures, our political systems and structures, our financial systems and structures, our banking institutions, our corporations, our governments, our medical institutions, our schooling systems. You could put Amazon into that group category. You could put any kind of big conglomerates. You could put the religious organizations, churches, temples, etc., into that category of Capricorn. It is to me, I would define that as a house that has a lot to do with power. Now, all of these groups, all of these planets, regardless of how we interpret the meaning, what they are doing is they are putting all this energy into this house of Capricorn where personal power and collective power exists. And it is asking us, what do you need to let go of and what do you need to keep that's good? It is asking us, what do you need to transform? What is the hard work you need to do? What do you need to expand and up-level your awareness on? What do you need to release and transform? What shadow aspects? Pluto is often shadow, the dark underlord. What shadow needs to be exposed and transformed? This is what's going on, and it's all in the house of Capricorn, which could easily be related to collective and personal power. And because there are 5 Mars, the masculine energy, the work, do, take action, this is where the collective focus is right now. On a personal level, we are looking to reclaim our power. On a collective level, we are looking to transform the elites and the elitism who have controlled power of the old patriarchy and the old systems and structures that are no longer serving us and no longer contributing to the greater good of humanity. And all of the astrological signs are basically pointing in this direction, saying, hey, humanity, this is what you need to look at. This is what you need to address. This is what you need to efface. And this is what you need to transform. And so astrology is basically showing us that this is what we came here to do, and this is what's in our path at this time, and this is what we're here for. So when we talk about reclaiming our personal power, needless to say, what we're talking about is working in harmony and in union with what the divine, with what the collective, that is us, is reflecting to us, from us, both in our numerology and in our astrology. And we will be feeling this on a personal level. So you yourself, whether it's that you're afraid of coronavirus, or whether you're dealing with money issues, or issues related to the upcoming taxation that's coming up in April, which income tax is a whole nother conversation, whether you're dealing with physical health issues, because Capricorn is an earth sign, which is reflected in the physical body. So whether it's health issues or whether it's relationship issues, because Capricorn is notorious for the sign, and I'm sorry for all you Cappies who might take offense to this, I hope you don't, but it's the unicorn with the long nose who looks down his nose at others and sees himself sometimes as superior or potentially inferior. So if it's a relationship issue to people or groups or organizations or your own body or your own health or what's in the field, whatever it is, this is what's up for you. That has been a repeating pattern from some other time-space continuum where you fractalized, gave your energy away, and now it is time for you to recall it and reclaim it as your personal power. And as we do so, this is the inner work of Mars and Saturn and Pluto and the South Node, all in Capricorn, plus Jupiter that wants to give the gifts that we receive as a result of this work, which up-levels us and up-levels our awareness. I hope I'm tying this in and it's making sense. You kind of got to stay with me to get the full message of this. But I think I'm making my point here, which is that it is time for us to be reclaiming our power. And as we do, we will be transforming the experience for humanity, for all of us, as we birth ourselves anew into the golden age, which is ahead of the Ascension timeline, which is part of the Ascension experience and which is part of the awakening and transformation for humanity on Earth. We don't get to sit by idly and not participate. For some of my clients, I've been hearing them say things like, I feel like I've been put through the ringer. I feel like I've been really raked over the coals. I feel like I've really been forced to face stuff that I thought I was done with a long time ago. I have been working on this XYZ for my whole life. I feel like I had resolved this years ago, and here it is again. Like, those are the things I'm hearing from my clients, and I'm imagining, I assume that many of you are feeling that too, because I'm aware that's what's happening for us, where this is how I'm explaining it, not only astrologically, but numerologically, in terms of safe grid numerology. This is what is up for us now, reclaiming our true divine power, so that we never again have to continue these cycles of repetition and repeating these patterns. This is a rebirth year. 4, when you add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 is 4. 4 is resurrection, rebirth. It is the phoenix from the ashes that arises out of the transformation. But that phoenix in linear time typically arises after we do the experiential work personally, the inner work that Mars is asking us to do. The phoenix from the ashes is Jupiter that moves through these planets and past these planets eventually, because it's the faster moving planet of the major big heavy hitters that are in Capricorn. Saturn, Pluto, it will move faster than those. And through the transformation, we become the phoenix that rises out of the ashes and resurrect ourselves. That is the number 4. When we add it all together and it's all resolved, 4 likes to resolve things. Now, next month, April, is the 4-4 gateway, the only true, real triple gateway of the year. 4-4-4 is a triple gateway. That is April, 4 is April 4th, and 2020 is a 4. So the entire month of April is a double gateway, 4-4, and 4-4-4, April 4th, is a triple portal gateway. That means the energies will be heightened and amplified for those of us who are wanting to do this work. So with that, what I would like for you, and if you're recognizing yourself as a way shower, a light worker, an intuitive, a healer, a transformational change agent of any kind, however you label yourself, this is a core time for us, a peak time for us to be doing this work. And as we do it, not only do we create the domino effect for humanity to get the benefits, the ripple effect that others benefit, we really do usher ourselves into the new golden age, which is part of the Ascension experience that we all do get to benefit from. So this is why I'm inviting you to the next 2 events I have. Actually, I'm going to say 3. One is this Reclaiming Our Personal Power live webinar. It is a 2-week webinar. It begins Saturday, March 14th and Saturday, March 21st, 2 weeks in a row. Then that will have channeled information, live healing, energy work, etc. The next event I'd love to invite you to is the DNA activations, which I will be doing on 4-4. That's a live event. You'll get all the DNA activations because this stuff is stored in our DNA. So we're clearing out our DNA. Both of those 2 events are listed under the live events tab on my website at LoriSpagna.com. The DNA activations is under the speed of activations tab, and the Reclaiming Our Personal Power, where you'll get to get live coaching with me and ask questions as well, will be under group healing and training events. And I hope you will join me. I'll just briefly mention a 3rd event if you'd like to meet me in person, and that will be on the weekend of April 4th, 4-4-4. I'll be speaking and leading and teaching and healing and participating as well at the 4-4-4 Galactic Goddess, Star Knowledge Galactic Goddess event in Laguna Beach. That's in the newsletter and also on the live events tab on my website. I would love to meet you in person if you're in Laguna Beach, California, and available for that masterful weekend, triple gateway weekend. Okay, you guys, I hope this has been helpful for you in understanding what's going on planet Earth right now and regarding repeating patterns and cycles of repetition. Sometimes when I speak, I know it's sort of channeling through and it might seem like it's not fully organized, but ultimately the point is this is why we're here. We're here for this now. And if you're resonating as a light worker, star seed, way shower, this is the time for us to do this work. And this is part of our contribution to humanity and our service to ourselves and one another. And so I would love, love, love to have you join me and especially to reap the benefits of this. I think it's going to be truly powerful and profound for all of us. I'm so excited about it. So these are my 3 upcoming events. Reclaim Your True Divine Power for Ascension and for the new 5D paradigm in the 5th dimension. Activating your dormant DNA with speed activations, sacred key codes, star code marking, DNA activations call. That's a webinar as well. And then the live weekend event, the triple goddess, galactic goddess event in Laguna, Star Knowledge, Galactic Goddess 444 event in Laguna Beach, California. You can find them all at LoriSpagna.com under the live events tab. I would love to have you join me and to reap the benefits. Okay. And to do this important work for humanity as well as the light workers that we are. All right, everyone. I love you so much. Until next time, I'm releasing you all my love. Okay. Many thanks. Bye-bye.